All right, guys, how's it going? Welcome back to CopTalk.tv. All right. So, before we get into this video, I just want to let you know I'll be live on here tonight at 6:30 p.m. UK time. If you want to come along and have a natter about all things LFC, and I'm sure we'll be talking about this gentleman and a possible potential minority investment in Liverpool Football Club. Also, I just want to let you know, those of you that enjoy my morning briefings, I'm splitting the morning briefings now. So there's 2 morning briefings every day now. Oh, well, not every day. Every day I'm here. So one will be on here, which will be telling you more about Liverpool, the Cop Talk stuff, that kind of angle. And I'm putting the other stuff in another briefing on my other YouTube channel at Duncan Oldham. All right, so the stuff I'm doing with CF Benidorm, things behind the scenes with Laura, etc. Not them sort of things. That's for our OnlyFans account. No, but I'm just like, I'm trying to make things a little bit more, concise on here. That's all. Because maybe some people aren't fucking interested in what's going on in, Spanish football or something like that. So just trying to break it up a bit. But those of you that like the long morning briefings, they're still there. They're just split over 2 channels. All right. So where should we start? Julián Alvarez. So I wanted to chime in on this, actually. As you know, I read the Spanish football dailies every day of the week. There's 4. I like to keep an eye on them, just in case there's anything to do with Liverpool, especially now that we've got a Spanish manager again. I think it's important to the channel to do that. Now, while I'm doing that, I'm obviously reading about other things that are not to do with Liverpool, and having a bit of knowledge about Spanish, football, Spanish reporting, what the claims are, etc., etc. Julián Alvarez is a player that's been linked with Liverpool many times in the past. He's also a player high up on the wish list, I think, of many supporters. They'd love to see him at Liverpool. So I'm often asked, what do you think, Doug? Do you think he could ever end up at Liverpool? And I'm being asked that a little bit at the moment, which is why I'm making a video about it. Because obviously his name is in the news, in the media every day at the moment with regards speculation surrounding his future, Arsenal, Barcelona. Now, from everything I've ever seen over here in Spain, the president at Atletico Madrid, and it could be bullshit, it could just be trying to, keep the valuation up, has always said, no, he's never for sale. We're building a team around him. This is a legend. This is someone that's going to be at the club for a very, very, very long time. However, I think that the player himself and his agent have always had one eye on Barcelona. And I've always been of the opinion that if he did leave Atletico Madrid, that it would never be to Liverpool or the Premier League, it would be to Barcelona, right? So when the latest claims started coming out, the suggestions, that not claims, that Barcelona were interested in signing him, I thought, well, if he leaves Atletico Madrid, that's where he's going to go, because from the education that I've, picked up from studying this for quite some time now, the Spanish football dailies, if you like, and following the Alvarez situation, it's always suggested that would be his only destination if he left Atletico Madrid and never wanted to go back to the Premier League. So I'm quite surprised at the amount of reporting concerning Arsenal. I don't know if this is leverage somewhere. If Atletico Madrid were going to sell him, I'm sure they would rather he went to Arsenal than Barcelona. So the reason for the video is to say to you, no, I don't see us being involved anywhere with that at all. I'm telling you what the media has said here for more than a year is that he's very much wanted by Atletico Madrid. The chairman, not the chairman, the president's never going to admit that he could be for sale, is he? But so you don't know whether to believe that or not. But they've always made a big deal out of, now he's part of our long-term future. And then, of course, the other things I'm trying to tell you is that I feel that the player and the agent would like to move into Barcelona one day. All right, so just chiming in to say I can't see Liverpool being anywhere in this at all. And I personally would be surprised if he went to Arsenal or the Premier League. But you know yourself, in football things change and money talks. But I'm not quite so sure that this is a defining factor for the player and the agent. But I do think that if Atletico Madrid agreed to sell to Barcelona, if they could do a deal, I think he would go there. Arsenal, I'm not so sure. I don't know about you guys. I've got to be honest, I haven't read much from the UK side of things. The possible reporting. I don't know if there's any credible Arsenal journalists that are saying, no, we are in there for him. They can be in there as much as they want, and Atletico Madrid could be encouraging that. but I do feel that the player has always wanted Barcelona if he was to leave. All right, you need to get me back in the cafe in the morning again. I used to go 7 o'clock every morning, put me in a routine. I don't think I've been once this year. My life's changed a bit this year. You know, that's why I don't go anymore. But I would like to start. You need to get on my case, guys, because when I go to the cafe to review the papers in the morning, I have 3 or 4 coffees. I'm fired up. I plan my day for you guys. I get back. I start my content early, and it just makes me feel a lot better mentally, really, in my own head, rather than just being at home all the time. So I really need to get back into that. Laura, as you know, my chick, she leaves a job on Friday this week, so I won't need to take her to work anymore. So maybe that will enable me to get back in the cafe once I come back from my jollies. But if you want to know all about that, go over to @DuncanOldham. All right, all that shit's over there. All right, guys, now comes the grift. You can log off if you're not one of my peoples that want to support me, other than viewing my videos, of course. But if you want to support my channel, you can thumbs up my video. You can drop me a comment. I love hearing from my people. There's a channel membership, which is people who've got football next to the name. They're my legends around these parts. There's also the love heart with the video, which is a super thanks. I always give a shout out in my morning briefings on here for the people that use the super thanks feature. There's 3 links in the video description. Alternative ways of supporting me. Revolut is my beer kitty. Hoping to go for a drink on Friday with Laura this week. I'm going away Sunday, so I can't go out Saturday. Yeah, the Revolut is the beer kitty, or the fuck it fund as I call it. And there's probably a link in the video description to the VIP members website, which is here behind me. This is our lovely community that's been online for years, for decades. This is some real serious people in there. If you love Cop Talk TV, you're going to love being a part of this community as well. All right, guys, that's enough grift. I've got to crack on. I will speak to you real soon, and hopefully I will see you this evening at 6:30 p.m. UK time.